Hey everyone, how's it going? Glenn here. Thank you for checking out the video and thank you for being on Gaps. I really appreciate it. I know it's been a long time since I wrote. I explained some of why that is in the article. I'm not looking for any sympathy or anything like that. I just wanted to put this video together for you. So a few things up front. I've kind of hijacked the detailed extension page, which you're going to see me use in this actual video. I've hijacked the landing page just for this video, just so I don't have to make a new PowerPoint. So I'm not going to try and find any issues with any websites. I don't have permission. I don't want to point out problems for people when I don't have permission to do so. I generally avoid that as much as possible, and I don't want to do that for thousands, potentially tens of thousands of people. I just want to show you how I set things up and what I actually look for. Please forgive the sound quality. It should be very good, but not as good as it normally is when I'm recording videos. I'm in a different workplace than I am normally. So yeah, that's my reasoning for that. I'm going to talk fast, as I'm probably talking fast right now. That's because I'm so used to talking fast when I record these videos. I have 10 minutes to help someone. I talk quickly. I don't want to be talking like this, and like it's more confident to talk slowly, but I want to give them value. If you're a Mac user like me, you probably might have to use an external screen. There is software that changes the dimensions, but I'm using an external screen right now, just so I can get the 1920 by 1080, just so things look nice when I put them over on YouTube. I hadn't originally planned to do this, so there may be something I forget to do or show you, but I can always do it again, or there should be something here still that you find valuable. Better than nothing, hopefully. So I just opened up these three websites just because these are the websites that I actually talk about in the article. I talk about using ScreenFlow, which I'm using right now. I talk about Screaming Frog, which probably don't have any issues with their website, so I doubt I'll spend much time there. And then I talk about Camtasia, so I might look at their website quickly. So first of all, before I do any recording whatsoever, I set up Screaming Frog. Now I already have my settings in place usually, so I'm generally looking for certain things, and I don't want to check certain things as well. So I'm not interested in CSS. I'm not interested in images. Actually, normally I am, but for now I won't be. I'll just leave that open. Not interested in JavaScript or anything like that. I'm not going to crawl any AMP URLs for this one. I'm not going to check any external links. Don't have any custom extractions. And then the other big one is speed. I have a problem where I basically get IP bans. So I'm just going to do like 2 URLs a second. And I'm going to click start. The reason I set ScreenFlow is because they're getting free advertising from me using their software right now. And they are not secure. So it's kind of ironic that, where are they? Yeah, they got this big not secure. God, it's so annoying. How do I keep opening this menu accidentally? This big not secure warning. So I'm going to close my little self-promotion there, and let's dive in. All right, so that menu is driving me crazy, but here's the website. So feels like a bit of a dated design. Now that is a critique, but this is a software company. This is a Mac software company, when Mac and Apple products and products available in App Store are usually like super beautiful. So this feels a little bit dated to me. Really don't like the footer, don't like the colors, don't like how close and tight everything is. Like if you go to webflow.com and go look at the footage, look how clean and separate and distant everything is. And this just feels a bit ugly to me. By the way, I forgot to say, I haven't looked at these websites. I haven't checked them out in a long time. I use ScreenFrog a lot, but I have no need to go to their website, so I don't do it. So what I mentioned in the article is that I try to open up different areas. So I want to see a contact page. I want to see like a landing page. Let's check out another landing page. Okay, use cases. Let's go check out the blog. Is that on the same URL? It's on a subfolder. Interesting. I'm just looking in the bottom left there. Forum, another one, knowledge base. I don't just want to open blog post after blog post after blog post, or landing page after landing page, because they're going to be set up in the same way. I'm going to keep seeing the same things over and over again. There's no value to me. So what I generally do is I go to a website and I try to open lots of different kind of pages at once. Let's open up support. I'm just looking at the URLs bottom left here. All right, so of course I would have already pointed out, all right, so this isn't a very useful page. This is the kind of page where if I don't think someone's actively trying to rank a page and I don't think it's going to bring them any customers, I generally try to avoid it. Like they don't need to be this page to be critiqued. It's not going to get them more search traffic. They probably already rank for, like if this is their own software, I don't actually know. They probably already rank for this, so they probably don't need help, but I generally like to look at this anyway. All right, so I can see straight away, thanks to the detailed extension, they're missing canonical tags, so not even a self-referencing canonical tag. They also don't have any branding. They also have the world's laziest meta description. Again, I genuinely haven't looked at this website yet. These are just kind of issues that I want to see and notice straight away. Multiple H1 tags, which isn't always a big deal. It's not always a problem, rather, but it's something I generally like to avoid on the right circumstances. All right, so what we got going on here? All right, so it's not consistent. Sometimes they do actually write out meta descriptions, so you can't just say, hey, all of your meta descriptions need work, because that isn't the case. And then they do have branding sometimes in their titles. This is, again, why I try to open different sections of a website, because they don't always follow the same kind of process. Again, canonical tags are missing. We can see how many heading tags they have. 3 H1s on the page. Not a big deal. Like, if it was an article, I'd be slightly concerned, but, you know, it really does depend, and it's not always a huge issue. And then we can see the blog already. First thing I can see about the blog, even though I'm not there yet, is that it has a terrible title tag, and it's still using the WordPress favicon, which is not, I believe this company is making millions of dollars, or they probably have in their history. I'm pretty surprised that they, you know, how they have not really taken that much attention to detail in this. It seems a bit of a shame. This feels lazy to me. There's no real big call to action. Like, what am I going to get? What's the benefit? Who is the email, like, subscription newsletter for? That feels like a missed opportunity to me. That's the kind of things I point out. I love little effects like this. Things like this are why I love doing these videos. I said in the article, if this was just a financial thing for me, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago. Little effects like this. You have never seen this hover before. You've probably never seen this hover effect in the years of you being online. I don't think I've ever seen it. Like, normally they just, okay, they fade in, but generally not left to right like this, and they don't fade back out right to left. Like, little things like this are why I love doing these videos, because I just see such different things that I haven't seen before every single day. So I'm not a fan of the URL structure. I wouldn't tell them to go and change it, but, like, you know, companies, the kind of website that wants to put dates in URLs is maybe news websites, maybe like wedding photographers, because those dates don't change. But, you know, a company like this doesn't necessarily, like, if they have any general content, such as the best streaming software for Mac or the best screen recording software for Mac, like, would they want to have 2019 in the URL for that when it's something that could be evergreen and updated every year, and they're gonna have to keep setting up redirects? So I wouldn't, like, if I'd advised them when they started the website, I wouldn't have told them to do that. So the blog, totally different section. Again, this is why I do this. They've got the branding in place. Now they have self-refs and canonicals, which is nice to see. Now they are secure, which is interesting, which the main homepage wasn't, and so on. So I'm probably talking about Telestream too much, but as you can just see, all right, this is on a totally different domain anyway. You know, the kind of things I look for and what I want to point out. Just feels a bit lazy, not loving the design in some of these areas. It does feel like a very dated website to me, and I understand that may be critical, but once again, this is a Mac software company, a really, really famous brand in the world of Mac software. Apple and Apple Mac apps are known for how beautiful they are, and how beautiful their websites are, and Telestream don't really follow that trend. So I'm going to close that. Let's see how my crawl's going, actually. We've crawled 641 URLs. I'm actually just going to pause that because I don't need to see too much. Screaming Frog, I'm probably going to see nothing here. But again, if I was auditing this website, okay, I want to see an article. I want to see a guide to see if there are different articles. Let's go check out a category. Love that little effect in the footer. I believe the frog hits it at some point if you click on the frog. No, I'm pretty sure that, oh, if you click on, there we go. Like, cool little things like this is what I look for, is part of what I love doing these audits for. So really nice blog design. Not the best call to action. I'm always pretty critical about this because companies want email addresses pretty bad. Like, they could have made this better in my opinion, but that is what it is. Oh, I can't click on that. Oh, I can't. It just wasn't showing the hover effect. Doubt they'll have any issues here. Oh, missing meta descriptions, not a huge deal. Like, Google will be rewriting them anyway. I just assumed a company like Screaming Frog would have kind of taken care of that. I'm really not a fan of repeating headings exactly the same. I'm surprised by this one. I wasn't going to look at this one at all. I really don't like this. It's not the end of the world. Screaming Frog will be ranking incredibly well for some of their articles. They have so many links back to their website. Actually, if you Google Screaming Frog, their homepage doesn't rank because one of their software internal page has so many links. It's like the #1 result. I really don't like this. I really don't like repeating headings. For me, it's just like, either make this one bigger and bolder and better and easier to read, or scrap it all together and just rely on this one. I'm not a huge fan of that. So again, when I said it's hard for me to tell you what I talk about design and usability wise, I can't always, this isn't always the case. I'm just not a fan of that. So let me close up Screaming Frog. All right, and then Camtasia, just super quick, see what we see here. Again, open up a few different kind of areas of the website. We've got an online store. That's like a help section. I like to look at the URLs bottom left because that gives me an idea of what I'm clicking on as well. All right, Camtasia actually have quite a few different kinds of websites, or kinds of software, I should say. Self-refs and canonicals, unique title tags, branding the title tags. Looks like you need meta descriptions. pretty clean on the headings. I would look at the source code to see what they are. Sometimes these blank headings are when our tool picks up blank headings like this, it's often images are wrapped in heading tags, which isn't a big issue, but it's not right. It's a bit weird. Quite nice, quite modern design here. I think it looks, I don't think it's wow. I don't think like this is a website you tweet about and say this is so beautiful, but it looks to me 10 times better than Telestream with ScreenFlow. So this is almost more Mac-esque than Windows, even though, oh, they do work for Mac now. I didn't know that. But yeah, it's I think this website looks a lot better. We got the blog. Let's go check out. They're using the word playbook. We use this now for gaps for everything, so that's funny to see. All right, really, really clean. They've even updated tiles 2021. Super nice design. Social share buttons are a little bit big and annoying, like they catch my attention too much, but I can already see very easy to read the articles, you know, lots of breaks and boxes and headings that stand out. Super clean. We've got a real author, a real face, feels professional. Nice social proof here, things like that. I think they're doing a pretty good job. So let's check out Screaming Frog. What do we have? So again, I'm not really going to audit the website, but the first thing I pretty much always do is check the status code. All right, so we see redirects. Do we have 404s? Like, why do they have internal links to pages that have to redirect so much, or, you know, whatever it may be? Where else do I usually check? Anything odd here? Just not that there's anything wrong with URLs with underscores or uppercase letters, can be fine. It just helps me find the weird stuff. Again, I'm not here doing these videos to say, this is amazing, this is amazing, this is amazing, great job, love this article, great article headline. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to say, this is weird, what the hell is that? Why are you doing it like this? That shouldn't be the case. I've never seen this done before. Wow, I'm actually doing quite good in this video. This is the first take. This is what I'm talking about when I say I talk really personal to people as well. I'm assuming only one person in the world is watching this. I guess the view count might show me something a little bit different. But yeah, these are the, again, not necessarily issue itself, but this is where I go to find the really weird stuff. Like, these are pretty damn ugly URLs. I will go and open these up and just look at the length of that thing. Like, I will go and see how this created. Really not a fan of the design going on here. At least this section of the website is secure. Like, is this something they really want indexed? Like, this is the kind of company where you could probably most likely be very comfortable charging them $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for a full audit, because there's probably just so many sections of the website, probably thousands of pages indexed, where they could get help on. So I don't want to talk about Screaming Frog too much, but, you know, I just kind of go through these different sections here and just find, it's not so much that sometimes these things are wrong. Again, like I said, not every page has to have a heading 1 tag, for example. It's not necessarily an issue, but it helps me dive into the weird stuff further. I don't want to find the good stuff. I want to find the weird stuff. And then what I'd also do is I would just use our extension over here, and then I would go and do whatever kind of site search I want to find, just to see, just to find anything weird in search results. Let's actually see those URLs. Another extension of ours called Remove Breadcrumbs. So I can actually see URLs in search results. Here we go, straight away. Promise I haven't done this before. This is, I love this because I actually talk about this exact same issue inside the article. Do they want to have dozens, hundreds, thousands of pages like this with little to no value? Very common issue on WordPress websites. I don't know, it's probably every image they've ever uploaded to their blog has a page like this, little to no value. Google are crawling pages, but people don't really need to find. They either need to find the article that this image is on, or take people directly to the image in the .jpeg file, whatever it may be. Pretty much generally, don't think I've ever found a reason I'd want pages like this indexed. So I'll be going through the search results and just finding the weird stuff, the stuff that I don't normally want to come across. Yeah, so we can just see for the blog especially, let's just go back to Telestream. I won't do any weird queries. 5,000 URLs, but keep in mind this is never an exact number. This number can actually be wildly wrong. It just gives you an idea of the size of the website that you're working with. All right, so we got tags and things like that. Generally those have little value, but they can be fine, unless they're also using categories. Then it goes overboard. Unless tags never get updated, unless tags like have one article in them and haven't had like something like this, you know. Again, I'm just getting very lucky in this video. I promise it's a first take, but like, there's no value in this. There's nothing on this page. You will never ever want to send a user here. It just looks so bad for their brand if people ever find their way here. These are the kind of things, as an SEO, as a design usability recommendation, as a branding recommendation, this is the kind of thing I wouldn't actually want to be open. So I'm not going to go too much more into this, but I just want to give you an idea of how fast I talk. So I know it's a bit ridiculous. Give you an idea of what I look for, what I click through. And I love this because I always find something cool and quirky. Like I remember that Screaming Frog footer. I love that little hover effect they had on the links, things like that. I hope you got value out of this. I hope you're enjoying the article. If you are, please do share it. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for being back on gaps.com. We have some huge stuff coming.